How's it going, everyone? GL7 here, and today I'm here to review Elden Ring. Elden Ring is another title developed by From Software. They are famous for creating the very punishing and difficult Dark Souls franchise. Now, I just want this to be known that Elden Ring is my first Souls game I have ever thoroughly played and beaten. I played through like 2 hours of the original Dark Souls, I lost patience and gave up. However, over time, I kept seeing how many great reviews Elden Ring was getting and the amount of awesome clips I kept finding on TikTok as well. It looked like so much fun, so I finally decided to buy it and give it a shot. So I just want everyone watching this review that here's my opinion to just take it with a grain of salt, because this is coming from a guy who is not used to games like this, and I have some thoughts that go very against the type of game From Software wanted to make here. So what I will say first right away is that this game is amazing. There is so much to do in this game, and From Software did a lot of what publishers and developers are afraid to do these days, and that's release a full game that works and does not provide any microtransactions or DLC. You get what you pay for, and you will very rarely see that nowadays. It's been a long time that a game has just held my attention and allowed me to just have fun. Now, when I say fun, I really mean just how much I appreciate how big this game is by being able to do so much. Because on the other side of that coin is a lot of pain and misery, but we'll get to that part in a bit. So considering that this is my first Souls game, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. All I knew was that I was going to be fighting very hard bosses and learn mechanics to a game franchise that is very new to me. Now, a big thing that Elden Ring does that you will probably never see in other big AAA games is that Elden Ring refuses to hold your hand. There are no objective markers, no quest log, no way of being able to tell what you are supposed to do next. Now, this is something that I appreciate and dislike at the same time. I appreciate it because From Software is trying to encourage you to just explore. They believe that at some point or another you will be wise enough to figure out the path for yourself, which I think is really cool because it's a new take to open world games and it's fresh. However, just because it's new and fresh doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that a lot of people or myself enjoy particularly. Now, I am not saying that this is something that they should take away, and you are going to probably hear me say this a lot, but maybe at least just make it an option to turn on or off. The default setting can be have it where it's turned off, the way the game is intended to be played, but for people like me that just like the simple life, should be able to have that option available. I love the many choices you have in what type of way you want to play this game, whether that be a samurai, warrior, bandit, astrologer, and much more. The character creator is pretty dope also, and you have some really good options on what you want your character to look like. But my only problem with that creating your character's look means very little, considering that you are most likely going to be wearing a helmet 80% of the time anyway. This isn't only a problem for Elden Ring, but a lot of other video games do this as well. I just wish there were more opportunities to be able to see your creation. However, that's just a very small nitpick, so don't think too much about it. My first playthrough I played as a mage, and the reason for that is because I know a lot of people in the Souls community shit on magic, either because it's OP or it makes you a bitch. I don't know, but for me, because one, I love magic, it makes me feel powerful and it's awesome. Two, I know playing as a mage was going to make my life easier because I get to fight from a distance and it can allow me to live longer throughout the game. And the fact that this is my first Souls game, I didn't want my first impressions to just be filled with hatred. So with my first playthrough as a mage and around 70 plus hours it took me to beat, I can say that even though I had a lot of struggles, I had a very good time with Elden Ring. For newcomers who enjoy a good challenge, this might be a good place to start, just like with me. But you do have to understand that with this game, and just like the ones before it, you are going to die a lot. So if you come across areas where you're just having a lot of trouble, do not let that hinder your experience, because if this is your first Souls game, you have to allow this to be a learning experience. For a new Souls player, I was able to get a hang of the crafting system and equipment use pretty quickly. As far as I could tell, this is what a lot of the previous Souls games were like also, so I might consider going back and playing the older games as well at some point. Now, the story seems very interesting, but honestly, it just wasn't there for me. I didn't really care about any of the characters or what they had to say. I pretty much got the gist of what was going on and why I was doing some of the things that was happening, but I really only cared about getting stronger, exploring the world, getting new abilities, and killing enemies and bosses. I am pretty sure From Software is aware of all that as well, which is what makes this game awesome, because I think a lot of people forget that gameplay should always come first and then story second. If the gameplay isn't fun, then why would I ever care about what's going on in the game? I need to be having fun, which is what this game accomplishes at. It's a video game always first. My good friend Zach, who has never played a Dark Souls game before, was in the same position as me where he thought the game looked so awesome from the things that he was seeing and hearing, so he gave it a shot. After 1 hour of playing it, he hasn't touched it since. Now this is very disappointing because at least with someone like me who is willing to take the punishment that this game delivers, there are just some gamers out there who can't. And I say disappointing because this is such a great game and I wish more people could experience it, all gamers alike. And this is the part where you will have to take what I am saying with a grain of salt if you are a part of the Soulsborne fan community. There is a huge debate on whether or not there should be an option to select a difficulty. The core community says that the way that these games are made shouldn't change and gamers should just learn to adapt, or in their words, get good. Which I get and I agree with to a degree. However, on the other side of that coin, there's also a lot of people who just like to play casually and do not want to go through the pain of dealing with the severity that this game dishes out. Some people have full-time jobs or have a family to take care of, or even maybe both. And their free time, they just want to be able to sit down and have fun playing a video game. I will not be able to share the excitement and love for this game with people like my older sister, who is also an avid gamer but does not feel encouraged to play a game that is designed to be extremely difficult. Some people just do not want that headache, and I get it. I do not blame people for saying that the Souls games are just not for them, and that they would rather play something that feels more approachable. Listen, From Software is the one who makes the choice here, and they are very set on keeping the game the way they are, and they have every right to. I would just like to see something that allows other people who are not familiar with these games to experience them more in a more approachable way. I do love the ability to play this game with other friends during boss battles, and I was able to get some help. Even when I didn't have friends available, I was able to summon other players who are in the same position and get help to beat the game. Even if you are not in a position to get others to help you, the greatest thing about this game is that you can just leave, explore, grind a bit, come back later stronger, and then hopefully be able to beat the boss this time. I will say, even though I do feel like that maybe the game should scale the difficulty down, because the bosses having the ability to just one-hit kill you, in my opinion, is just bullshit. However, it does feel very satisfying once you finally win. I never actually expected to be stuck on a boss for more than an hour before, so that was an experience in itself. I am currently working on 2 new playthroughs right now. My new game plus, where I'm just gonna run through it like a boss, and a samurai class where close quarters combat should be a new experience for me. So far I'm liking it, but we'll see how far that goes. Guys, Elden Ring is amazing, and I think that if you are new to this franchise and are hesitant on buying it because you are afraid of not liking it, then I would probably suggest waiting for it to go on sale, or maybe borrowing it from a friend. That way you aren't wasting your money just in case. But this game should be great for Souls veterans and people who love challenges. Guys, my name is GL7. Please subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up. Do whatever you guys can to support this channel. I am sorry for the lack of videos lately. I was just going through a bit of a burnout after finally hitting 1,000 subs, which thank you guys so much for again. But I should be back in full effect moving forward, and you should be seeing new videos and reviews coming your way. Guys, thank you so much again. Don't forget to check out the Patreon if you want to support me even further through there, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Peace out.